She went back to work.
She,
It's Monday. Hi. Good morning. Can you hear us today? Hello, happy crafters. Oh, there they are. They're starting to pop in now. It's Monday. Everybody's a little slow this morning. We're all a little sluggish.
especially after Mother's Day.
Yeah. Teresa, what did you do for Mother's Day?
Oh, I went to an iCubs game with my son and my husband.
Fun.
And they won it. It was a no-hitter.
It was a no-hitter?
Yes.
For both teams?
No, the Cubs won.
Oh, the
2-0.
Cubs won.
The pitchers, so there were 3 or 4 pitchers, and the other team didn't get any hits.
Nice.
It doesn't happen.
Nice.
The last time was 1984 for the Iowa Cubs.
1984?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it just doesn't happen. So it's kind of a big thing.
It is a big
Statistically
thing.
speaking.
It's a great thing.
Yes, so we were supposed to go, Saturday was my son's birthday, and we were supposed to go Saturday night, but it got rained out.
Oh, shoot.
So yesterday was a beautiful day at the ballpark for Mother's
Yes.
Day.
Well, good. And what was I going to say? Or the other team was just really bad that they played.
Yeah. So
Oh,
it
goodness.
was fun. What did you do?
Your sweater is very cute.
Oh, thank you.
My kids all came over and we had a
Oh,
barbecue. So
that's fun,
it was
too.
very nice. Got to see all the littles.
Got to be outside. Everybody got to be outside.
Yeah.
With
When
a sweater on or a
I was going to
jacket.
say, when the sun was out, it was warm, and when the
Yeah.
sun went under, it was chilly.
Yeah.
So it was, but what a beautiful weekend we had, and we needed the rain, so
I
even
know.
Saturday with it
Yes,
raining,
that was
it was still
okay.
beautiful. The farmers needed the rain to get the corn started and the soybeans started, and my dad told me, for those of you who are farmers, my dad told me that 50% of the nation's corn crop was actually planted last week.
Oh,
Yes, so that's a
Wow.
good thing. So the
Good thing we
ground
got
was
rain.
good, and the farmers are getting the crops in, and it's going to be a good year. Good year for farmers, we're hoping. So, hello. Well, Teresa is here. It's Monday, and Teresa took the Seth Apter class this weekend
did.
on Saturday, along with some of our other staff. And I tell you what, it looks like she had a blast. And then she is sharing with us today some of the things that she learned. So if you didn't get the class, you're still going to get some cliff notes.
a mini class. We're
mini
going to
class.
tell you why you need some of his, well, they're not his paints. What are they called? They're
Icing
Ising paints.
Yes.
They're so pretty.
Well, I think they are his.
Are they?
Yeah, I
They have
think
his name on them
they
somewhere?
do.
Oh, they do.
They
oh,
do.
that's right, because
Yeah.
he talks about he gets to name the colors.
He does, yes.
And he doesn't pick regular colors. And in the class, there was some color, and he goes, oh, but I put a T in it. The way he spells it is different because he puts an extra T in it. And I'm like, okay, make it hard on us.
Yeah. Well, what does that mean? What does that have to
know.
do with color?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So,
All right. Well,
we
go
ready?
ahead. We're ready,
Okay.
Teresa.
well, what I mainly used on my cards today is the Photo Play Smile stamp set. And I think everyone, this is a perfect because everybody needs to send cards to say smile to folks. So it's a really basic card that everyone needs the word smile in their stamp set. And then, of course, it has all those little words that you can put above and below. Or you can just use the word smile if you want.
Thanks for making me smile. You always bring a smile. Your smile brightens my day. Oh, I like these.
And there's so many things you can add, butterflies or whatever.
Did you see the one that says smile while you still have teeth?
Yes, I use that one.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So
There's
this,
always a reason
of
to
course,
smile.
it does have the dies, which we're out of because we had our big die sale on Friday. But we've got more of those on order. So if you get the stamp today, just tell us that you want the die, and we'll put your name in the book for that. It was definitely a die that I would recommend. I used it a lot on my cards rather than stamping. I used the dies. That has the background die and then the cutout word die. So, all right.
gosh,
Should we look at?
I'm just looking. I wonder if Teresa needs a lesson in animals from the farm. I'm looking at
It looks like a cow.
He's really adorable. I don't know what he is, but
very-
he's adorable.
It's supposed to be a cow, Dawn.
He's adorable.
This is Bernice.
Bernice,
Yes, Bernice.
okay.
And we still have this die, and
Yay.
it's colorized. And I have made the hippo too. I didn't finish a card with that, but it's not bad for the small pieces. Just the little eyes are small, but everything else is really big on Bernice. So, so if you want to try a colorized one, because there's like, you can do like 5 different colors. I just did white and black to make my pseudo cow. And what did I say? Oh yeah, there's the pink one.
There's Bernice as a hippo, and here's Bernice as a cow.
Yes.
He's so cute.
Keep a smile on your face.
Well, that will do
So,
it because
see?
that's adorable.
That's really cute.
Yeah.
Teresa. Love it.
I like
Yeah.
that. And I just sewed around the edges on that one. And this
Here,
one,
we got to show the
you gotta-
sewing. Yeah. Cool. Oh my gosh. Cute, cute.
That was the kind of a farmish paper. So I'm still doing tags with the Wakely tags that you get 12 for
They're
12
back in stock.
or 50 for $12.99. We have the big ones. Do we have the small
We have
ones?
them all, yeah.
Oh, I couldn't find the small ones. Well, they're really cute. This is the small one, and I use the new Tim Holtz. I love these numbers called Countdown. See how big they are? Mm-hmm,
they're good
They're
numbers.
just fun. Great for scrapbook pages too. And this one, it made me think of my grandma Mullenbrook. She used to, before she took a picture, she would be like, she would always clear her throat.
Oh my
she wouldn't
gosh.
say 1, 2, 3, but I know a lot of people say 1, 2, 3
Three.
before they take their
Yeah.
thing. So that's what inspired that, the little smile. And this die that I used is from, it's one of the Planner Essentials that we don't have because we sold them all. It's a fun set. So it's Planner Essential 4. And you get a tag, and you get a couple of the little Polaroids with the word
Yeah.
click and whatever. But we do have some cute, I'm going to show these.
So this one, Planner Essentials for 1606. So if you call in, it's helpful to either say number 1606 or Planner Essentials number 4.
Yeah. But it's a cute one with the little Polaroids. But if you just
the
just
camera?
want a camera, yep,
That's
that's in
on there too. Okay.
But I did find this cute little Sizzix. We still have one.
Yay.
It has a little camera. This is kind of a travel one, and then it has the stamp. So it's a stamp and die. And look at all the fun things on there.
Got a coffee cup.
I know. I kind of wish that I
Sunglasses,
had this
airplane.
one. That's only $10.99, which
Places
is
to
nice
go.
for stamp and a die.
Wow.
I
That is
know.
a good price.
And then this one's a stamp for $14.99. It's a $49 in Market Vintage Artistry Anywhere stamp. And I know we've shown this one before. It's a great travel one. But there's a little camera down there that
Yes,
you could use.
very good.
Everybody needs a camera, stamp, or die
You do.
for scrapbooking. You're traveling or whatever. I probably have multiple, but you never know what size you might need.
It's
So
another really good background if
Yeah.
you're just, trying to
if
fill
you,
a
or
background.
you need a little accessory to put in there. And then, of course, I use the patina, the salvage patina. I use my spray, my oxide spray that I was very excited about. And I got really carried away on that one. I didn't cover the whole background, but I didn't want it to be plain, so the black and white really pop on that.
Nice.
All right. Well, here's one. Like I said, you can just repeat the word smile, smile, smile. Thanks for making me smile, smile, smile. And this one's a little bit different color. Again, I wanted to use the salvage patina, but I wanted to see a different color combination with it. I was thinking, when we had the speckled egg, we had a lot of that kitschy, and then the kitsch came along, and I did a lot of color combinations. So I wanted to see what might work with the salvage patina, and so I got my color wheel out. Does everyone have a color wheel? Tell us if you need color wheels and we can order some. We don't have any in stock, but we can surely order them. And I pull this out every once in a while just to try something different. And there's
good
all
idea.
sorts of little arrows. You can point your arrow. I don't know. This should be a teachable moment, like, the triangles. There's different, what is it? The primary colors, I think this one is like primary and then secondary, and then I don't know what the squares are, but people probably know more about the color wheel than I do. But you can see mine is haggard a little bit.
But you use yours to figure
Yes.
out different color
to
combinations.
try
I
something
love
different,
it. I
to
love
step
that,
outside
Teresa.
the box.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So let us know if you think we need some color wheels.
So show us on there how you came up then with this.
Well, what I did is this one has a little star, and I put the star there, and then I went, okay, so I could do purple and a yellow. See, I kind of matched it.
Okay.
But that one I didn't want, so I think I did this one. Yeah, so I put my star here.
All right.
So there's that color. And then over here, there's that color.
Okay.
And then this one was close.
Yes, perfect.
That was pretty close. And I wrote on the back because I knew I would forget. I used abandoned coral, dried marigold, and the salvage patina.
Okay. Great combination.
Yeah. So you can do it you can do it all sorts of ways. I just wanted to try something different. And I think it turned out pretty cute.
It's adorable. I like
For
the
different colors,
combination.
they really pop together.
And then it looks like you maybe colored
Yep.
your twine.
Yep, I colored my twine with the salvage patina.
Spray
Yep,
or
I
okay.
used the spray on that. Since
Okay.
I had it, it's easier than the ink. So,
Sure.
yep.
Good job, Teresa. Really cute.
All right.
Maybe that's something that Janet could come and teach us is the color wheel sometime.
Oh, yeah, she probably knows more than I do. about
Well,
it.
she commented,
she?
but I think that would be a great one. That's something we
Yeah,
haven't covered.
different ways to use the color
Different
wheel.
ways to use the color wheel, and again, like you said, it got you out of your box
Yep.
and tried different combinations. I like that.
Yeah. All right. Well, here again, since salvage patina is new, it's kind of my go. I have it right on my desk, and I'm using it every card. I'm trying, not every card, but this one definitely. Again, I went back to the oxide to show you how it is on brown cards, and so I stamped the smile with the salvage patina, so you can see it's kind of chalky. It's a chalky look, and it's not as bright as the regular ink would be. And then I splatted it, and I die cut my flowers out, and I don't know, we have one of those
Funky
left.
foliage? Is that what it is?
Yes, we have the Funky Nature.
Oh, Funky Nature.
Funky Nature 1999. And this is a fairly new one that he has, but we have one left. If you don't have it, it's really cute. It came out in the spring because it has the kind of Easter egg that I haven't used a lot, but I do really like the feather, which is something different. And then these really nice little florals. And so it has like two pieces. I should show you mine. Where's mine? It's not a colorized, but it's nice because see here, I had some extra pieces that I made. It has two pieces for each piece. So you have the main piece that I cut in craft, and then I cut these out, and then I just inked them.
Nice.
So they pop together.
So you got a background and then like veining
Yep.
or whatever.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, they look really cool, dimensional.
So probably somebody needs this one on their order today.
Teresa. Teresa's a very good salesperson.
And then I just did a little sewing on there just to add. I always like the texture.
That's unique.
Just to sew my little bunch. Not a lot, but anybody can do that.
Cute. I would not have thought of that. I like that.
All right, I'll show you this one. So this one, I used the background die, so it's the outline, and then I stamped on it.
Okay.
And then Photoplay also has a face mask, and I thought that was funny. Don't forget to smile, because sometimes you forget when your mask is on and no one can see your face. But they've got this die. It's called Talking Mask Etched Dies. And this actually goes with the stamp set, the Talking Mask polymer stamp, which
get
is
through
fun because these
this.
things stamp right on it.
In the middle of the mask. Yeah. Hang in there. I miss you. Better days are coming. That's cute. All right.
So maybe you just need the
Maybe you just need
maybe
the
you
die.
just need the die. If you don't want the stamp, you can use your die separately.
Yeah, it worked perfectly here.
Yeah, and I used again the salvage patina on that one. It was a real pretty paper.
Nice.
From the bees that we had last week.
Nice.
So there's
For
that
those
one.
of you who are just tuning in, Teresa is going to share with us. She's showing us her cards, but she's also took the Seth Apter class this weekend. So she's going to be showing us some of the things that she learned over the weekend. So
All right.
you haven't missed anything.
here's the one that Dawn was saying, smile while you still have teeth. So I made 2 cards with that.
Oh
I
my
couldn't resist because I was looking through and I'm like, oh, which one am I going to use, the dog or the cat?
Oh my gosh.
And so I had to make both because I thought they were hysterical.
They are
'Cause
awesome.
they both have like funky teeth going on. So, and they're very different styles of cards, I think.
They are very different.
So you can just do whatever you want with them. And yeah, so we use the
But
snarky
Teresa,
cat.
I don't know how you thought to use this for your background for your cat. Oh
Just
my
wanted
gosh.
to ground him a little bit so he just wasn't floating in the
Oh my
air.
gosh. So this one is brush strokes stamp set, and I love that. Good
Yeah,
job.
everybody needs that one.
And then this is
And
the
then you've got your
snarky
snarky
cat.
cat. You could have done the same thing, stamped the dog on that. It has the bigger brush stroke that you can use.
Okay. And I just read this. I want you to know that someone cares. Not me, but someone. Gosh. Oh my
Snarky.
goodness. Very snarky.
Yeah, yeah. And
Hey,
then
train
these-
wreck, this isn't your station. Oh my gosh. I haven't read these again for a little bit. Golly.
They're great for
Ever
cards.
need a slightly distracted, unsympathetic friend, I'm here for you. At times, I'm grateful that thoughts don't actually appear in bubbles over our heads. I'm
Those
sure
are
we
all
all
good.
have a friend that we could send that one to.
Yes. And
Oh my
then
gosh.
that one, again, I used the background, the shadow for the word, and I stamped on it just so it would pop a little bit with the yellow and black.
Oh, you stamped on the
Yeah,
background
I
rather than
stamped.
die cut it.
Yeah.
Wow, it looks
You can
die cut.
You can die cut it or you can stamp it, and I just stamped that one.
Wow.
And then don't forget, we're out of it. I can't remember what it's called, Dawn. The little strips that goes with the words.
Oh, the say it with stamps die?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We're out of that again, but I'm sure I'll show mine here.
I actually thought that was on order and should have been here.
Probably on. We probably sold them this weekend, but there's that die, so you can
I think it's
any
just
size.
strips.
strips. Yeah. And it's very handy. I'm really glad I had it because I think it's just easy and cute, and it makes that sentiment pop.
Now, do you stamp and then die cut, or do you
Yes.
die cut and then stamp?
I stamp and then I die cut.
All right.
Because I have the magnetic base for my Sizzix machine.
All right.
And so when I put that die on top of my real skinny little sentiment, it just magnetizes down in place, and I don't even have to use washi tape and worry about it.
Perfect.
Just cuts it out perfectly. So
Okay, good to know.
yeah. So that was my fun. I just can't wait to send these to, I don't know, anybody really.
Yeah, those are good.
All right. So then these next cards are from what I learned in Seth Apter this weekend. And actually one I did in class and one I just whipped up this morning.
Wow.
I know. I accidentally set my alarm an hour ahead, and so I was awake early today. So I'm like, I'm going to do some crafting.
Aw.
So these are the backgrounds that we made with the paint that he used. And then you just stamp and stencil on it. And I'm sure it's not everyone's cup of tea, but it is really fun. It's all about the art with him and all about adding layers and layers and layers to things. So you can see, I'll show you this one. This is the one I did in the class, and it was just a background. And then I just stamped my sentiment, and I did a little sewing. And look, I even left some string hanging, and I did some zigzag, because it's just a fun background. And it was really fun making it, and everyone's looks different. But you can see we started with a 7x7 piece of paper. And so I cut it down for my card base, and then I had this extra piece, and I'm like, what am I going to do with this? And he said, oh, you can die cut things. So I die cut some flowers.
I
and
love it.
I just, the same card, pretty much the same card. I use different flowers, but it's just the same, basically, card. I sewed it, and I just copied that card, but different flowers.
And they
you
look
get
totally
quite
different.
A different look with the same
Yes, you do.
stamp set. But I thought die cutting flowers with it was really, you could die cut anything, but butterflies would be pretty, or
Oh, butterflies
Whatever.
would be gorgeous. Teresa, sorry, this is a squirrel moment, but we need to go back to that die. Pam wants to know, do you cut your die apart, or it's probably easier to just leave it like that? Or, she's asking about this.
Oh.
Should she cut it apart, or should she leave it whole like that for die cutting?
Oh, I leave it whole. It's really strong metal in between. I think it would be hard to cut it. I just cut a piece, like, see, that one says, thanks for making me, and then you put the word smile. And so then you just find the one that you want, and you can use your washi tape or whatever. And
So it's going to be easier to find the one that fits the right size if you leave them all together versus digging them all out of your package.
Yes.
Okay. So that makes sense.
And sometimes I forget to cut my paper apart, and it makes a big mess with all the little
pieces.
little pieces that cut.
But you could save all those little pieces that you cut.
Yeah.
And if you can stamp.
It might be hard to. Which size?
Well, do you think if you had like the Wendy Vecchi stamp, the station, that you could use your magnets?
Probably.
And then stamp on the little strips? Now we
see
don't
if I
have.
can do it.
You need the magnetic base.
Or a little piece of washi tape. I really like my magnetic base. Oh, there.
Oh, good job!
And there.
Wow!
Cut it out.
Wow, that was
Very
very
delicate.
slick.
Yeah, it works really nice.
So your recommendation is probably keep them together.
Yes.
I kind of like that
Yes, because I think you would lose them. Some of them, like,
Absolutely.
see how little that one is? That's
Yeah.
like for the word your.
too. Yeah, yeah.
And it's so small. I don't use that one very often, but the other ones are really nice.
We have more to say than that.
Yes.
Than that little
Yeah.
thing. Okay, thank
So
you
you
for
can see
explaining
I have
that.
all my
That's
bits and pieces here.
good. That's good.
I save my extras. You never know when you might need them. So, and then I just shove them in one of these bags.
You got to be able to find them again.
Yep.
That's my problem.
All right. So I was going to show you a little bit of the Seth Apter stuff that we did. So these paints are really super pretty. They don't look like it in the bag.
Oh, I think they look gorgeous.
Well, they're pretty, but you
That's
can't tell
bright.
the shine, the shimmer
Oh,
and the
sure.
shine that you
Okay.
get. When you look at it, to me, it just looks like paint.
It does say pearly.
Yes, yes,
Pearly.
pearly. And then there's the ice, which is translucent.
Okay.
So on this piece, I just I started with yellow, and he does have you use a little bit of water to put down your first piece. Now you can do different ways, and then I put some blue, and he says leave some white. See, I've got a little bit of white there. You don't have to cover the whole thing, and then we're probably gonna get a little messy. You squeeze it out, which is really a different way. It doesn't get too much on your hands when you just squeeze it out of a little tube like that. So then he just has you just randomly put a little bit of paint. There's no wrong way to do it. And then he says to wipe this off so that your cap doesn't get stuck on there. Make sure it's nice. Now, you can use a spatula. Not a spatula. What is it?
It's a spatula.
Spatula.
Yeah, it's a spatula.
And you can spread that around, and you see how it's translucent. You can just see through it there.
And what I like about what he says is if you don't like what it looks like, then you
Seth
just
is-
go over you put another layer on.
He's all about layers. See, or you can use a brush. And I showed you guys, I just got these a couple weeks ago. And I was so glad that I had it for this. Now, we don't have the 3-pack, but we do have this nice big one. And you know what? I think I want some more purple. I really like that. I'm going to put another one in there.
That's going to be a fun background.
Yeah.
Are you going to use it for cards?
Probably. Ooh, look, I got some purple over there. See, you do end up getting messy just because it's... Oh, there. Yeah, I want
I
to see
like
the
that.
purple over in the corner. I'm going to cover my white spots.
That's okay, because
Not
now
too
you get
much.
to see the purple.
Yeah. So it doesn't look like much. Oh, then you're going to put your brush in some water
For sure.
so that the paint doesn't dry. Then I'm just going to heat it a little bit to dry it. And just like the Tim Holtz paint, once it's heat set, it's dry. The paint's not going to go anywhere. And his paint you can use on fabric, wood, glass, metal, anything. So it's fabric.
Neat.
Once it's heat set, then it's not going to wash out. So that
Okay.
was kind of cool. So I'm like, ooh, what can I put on a shirt? I was all
Teresa's
excited
gonna
about
go buy
that.
some more
I know.
t-shirts to make her designs.
I need my, what's that?
I like it. And here's some of the backgrounds that she used on her cards. I love this, Teresa. Really fun and I just very unique backgrounds. And you know what? You had a blast playing and
Oh, I did. It was just so much fun. All right, so how do you know it's dry? You just touch it. And if it doesn't come off.
okay.
All right, so then what you need are some background stamps and some background stencils. And it doesn't really matter much what you have. Everyone should have some background stamps in their set. You know, we've got, you know, this crackle would be good, or even wood grain. Maybe you like the ledger script.
That's my favorite.
Yeah. I use this one, the Media Marks. I have this one and I use that one a lot. But there's also the mini Media Marks that you could use. I know Maggie on hers used these little swirlies a lot. And then, you know, you just need some stencils, some random stencils. And we did have that stencil sale, so.
Hopefully some got their background
Yeah.
stamps and stencils.
So I use this grunge set, which we're out of right now, but and what he did was he took his stamp and he didn't even use a block, yeah. And you just ink it up. You don't even have to do it heavily. Now you want to and then just stamp it like that with your hand. There you go. So we're started. You don't have to totally cover it. And the other thing is, Seth is all about layers. So if you don't like how it turned out, then you can just paint, you know, add another layer of paint, which he did frequently.
Just go back
Just
over it
go
again.
back over it. See, I didn't even get that. When I pressed it, I didn't even get the whole thing. Oh, and you want to kind of layer your stamps. See how I'm kind of overlapping them a little bit? Oh, and I'm not getting anything in the middle. How about that?
Fun.
And then let's try one of these. See, I do have the Media Marks. And
Shelley
you wanna-
loved the Seth class,
The class?
and it sounds like
Good.
some others did too. So that's
Good.
wonderful. We're glad to hear that.
He also talks about, you know, kind of having a border. And this is from that media
No, from this one.
mixed media, yeah. And so I just inked some of them. And he also talks about using different, what do you call it, sizes.
Different scale.
Scale,
Okay.
yes. That's what I was trying to think of. There's that. Okay, so that's kind of, maybe I like one more thing. What do I want?
I really like
want
where you're
some-
going with this, Teresa. This is pretty.
Yeah, and you know, again, he really said, just keep adding things and you will like it eventually. If you don't like one layer, then you'll like the next layer.
Teresa's using black archival ink.
Yeah, you do want to use like an archival ink or a StazOn. But you don't want to use the distress inks because those are water-based. And so if you add more paint to it, then it's just going to mix it in and wipe it away. So you kind of want to be able to see your layers through it. So probably, I mean, if that's all you have, then that's fine. Go ahead and use that. But I would probably use an archival ink. That's what Seth said. That wasn't me, that was Seth. Oh, that was the sunshine that I used on that one. So you can do stencils too. Maybe I should show that. So I'm just going to do a little. I'm just using my blending brush just to do it quick here.
So now you're using archival ink through a stencil
Through a
to just
stencil.
add some
Yep.
more texture to your.
How about some numbers? Adding a little bit there. Ooh, I like that.
Wow, that's fun.
And then again, he was like, I have this one, which is new. I can't remember the name
It's
of
like
it.
circuit board or something.
Yeah, yeah. And oh, this one was fun for the edge because it gives you a line along the edge. I thought that was fun. So if you have like anything that has lines on it, there you go. Ooh, I'm liking it.
Well, you got that done in seconds.
Yeah.
Really, I
But
like
then you
it.
could do like the stencil. Maybe we'll do a little bit of a, let's do some X's in the corner.
You're going to use your palette knife.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, yes.
I'm just going to do a little bit over here.
So for those of you who like to play, this is some really fun, this is a great techniques to try and play and create different backgrounds.
Ooh.
Yeah. This is what I would call very
Pretty.
artsy.
Yes, very artsy. And, you know, I was going kind of fast here because we're on live TV. But you don't have to go that fast. But Seth was going kind of fast too, he said, for his class because you have a limited time and you don't want to be here all day.
Right.
But for me, like, I put some down and then I could do something else, which I did. Like, I went and die cut some words and then I came back and it was dry. Or you can use your heat gun, sure. And then I'd look at it and go, oh, that needs you know, a little something more. I don't want to waste this paint over here, so I'll just swipe that. I like purple, so I had to, he didn't use purple, that's me. I like the purple. Oh, and you can mix colors too. That's what I was going to tell you. So with this one, I use the yellow and the purple, you can see. But this orange here, I mix the red and the yellow together. And so you can make all sorts of, and then on this one, was blue and yellow, and you can see I ended up with some green because the yellow you put down and you put a little water on it.
Okay.
And then you put the blue down before it
my
was totally
gosh.
dry, and so I ended up with green, which is my favorite color, so it was perfect for me.
Very pretty.
So yeah.
Very pretty. Well, that is fun.
So now I have a piece of
I know,
art
isn't that gorgeous?
that,
is.
you know, people are like, what can I do with it? Well, I could use it for a card base, or I could die cut things, which would be really cool. Maybe some butterflies.
I think butterflies die cut out of that would be gorgeous.
Yeah.
Just real different.
Turned out good, except for the numbers are upside down for you guys.
There you go.
There. That's better. That's how it's supposed to be.
Oh my gosh, you did a lot of stamping.
Stamping and stenciling.
So you're giving everybody the opportunity to just go and play and
Yeah.
create and
So we've got all sorts of colors over here. You'll have to just go on the website because all the colors are on there that we have, and there's just a variety. And there's sparkly kinds too. I didn't use
Some
any of the
glitter
sparkly.
kinds.
Yeah, but this has a shimmer to it, and you really have to play with it because, like I said, when I looked at it, I didn't think it was that. I thought it was paint, and then I put it on, and I'm like, ooh, that's pretty.
Okay, so Carolyn wants to know how you created this one. So you did the same thing where you just
Yep.
painted your background?
Yep. And then I just did the stencil like I showed you guys, but I stamped on it first, and then I did the stencil, and then I went over it with purple with my palette knife.
Oh, after you had done,
So you can kind of see how it's along the line, because when I scraped across, it's a little bit raised because I used the stencil.
Sure.
Like these X's are going to be a little bit raised too, so it adds a little bit more texture.
Oh, nice. And then it looks like maybe you stamped after you did your texture too. Because the circles, are
That
they
was before.
underneath it?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's underneath it. So it kind
Wow.
of layers, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Very fun.
And then on this one I did, I inked around the edges because I wanted it to pop a little bit. The word your doesn't show up very good, but I thought, that's okay. Smile brightens my day. That's
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. It looks great. It looks great. Thank you very, very much, Teresa. What a fun day.
Order some
Just-
paint and play.
And they want to know what kind of paper it's on.
Oh, I should have said that. I'm sorry. So you want to definitely use like a watercolor paper or a heavier weight paper. His paper was heavy. We have the what is it? Heavyweight mixed media paper. That's white. This was a piece of paper that he gave us that was a little more cream, but definitely the watercolor paper. And one side has a texture already, so that's kind of fun to start on the textured side, which on his paper, it was texture on one side, and normally I like the smooth side, but I did the texture side just because I thought, oh, mixed media, you're really going to want a lot of texture.
Nice.
So Kelly's grabbing the paper that we have. But yeah, definitely, or any other heavier paper that you have. You could do it, like I said, you could do it on fabric. So if you have a canvas, you could do it on a canvas. You could do it on, any fabric kind of canvas.
I think I'd like to do a T-shirt. I think that would
Yeah.
be really fun.
Yeah.
You could do staff shirts.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Everybody make their own. Okay.
Was there any other questions, or was that?
I think that's it. But thank you so much,
Yeah.
Teresa. Happy Monday. Okay, now Kelly is here,
Okay, we just have a couple things to show.
it looks like we've gotten some inventory back in stock.
We've gotten some good stuff too, Dawn.
Well, first of all, Teresa mentioned the Dina Wakely tags, the number 8 and number 10. 10's bigger than 8, so 10 is the big ones to help you remember. And they're only $12.99 for 50 tags. So those are back. Oh, I was going to get this board to show. We've shown these a couple times, this card kit, and it makes 8 cards. You don't even need any scissors. All the pieces punch out, and we even made them on a video a few weeks ago. It's $11.99, and you really get
Very good
everything but your
value.
envelopes. So, and I would recommend getting some foam tape or foam dots when you put them together, because it looks really cool when you pop them
Little
up.
dimension.
Little dimension. And then the Project Life cards that have gone wild since the pandemic. Katie's been using them a lot. Teresa's used them, but they're back in stock also. The 3x4 and the 4x6. And remember, they're vertical one way and horizontal on the back. So you get both. And then we got a smidging of the Photo Play.
We
Sweet
have
as
some
honey.
customers waiting for this stuff.
We do. We've called a lot of people. This is the collection pack. It's $14.99. It's got the papers and then the sticker sheet. And we got a bid
Adorable.
in, and we've got more coming too. And then we got a couple of the papers back in stock, which are really, just the colors on this, Dawn, I love.
This
want me to
is
flip
the
it?
honeycomb. I was just gonna. This is the sunflowers, and this one's called
Buzzing
Buzzing
By.
By.
But wait, the best is yet to come. Oh, and look at this album I picked out, because wouldn't that make a cute little mini book, Dawn?
Yes, adorable.
For summer, or eating your honey, or loving your honey, or whatever. I better shut up while I can. Here's the sticker sheet that's back. And then the ephemera is back in stock. And there's the picture of what you get inside. And it's Tula and Norbert, and everybody loves gnomes. They love Tula and Norbert. And if you don't like gnomes, it's okay, because gnomes aren't on everything, too. You get a lot of other good stuff. But if you do love gnomes, here is the stamp and die set that's also back in stock.
Just because Honey Bee or Happy Bee Day. And then there's the dice.
So really, really fun. So that's back. And then speaking of bees, what a great transition, accidental. But we got 4 items from the Bumblebee Dance. And we wanted to feature this last week with our National Scrapbook Week, but we weren't able to get the product in fast enough. But it's here now. I love the purple and yellow, Dawn. I love it, love it, love it.
You need to fan through
And
that.
here is the decorative papers, the 6x6. And these are online under Paper Pack 6x6, or go to our themes and go to our Bumblebee, our special section that's all bumblebees, and it's all there. So that's really cool. That's $7.49. And then here is the embellishment pad. And you got to show them this, because I think we might be doing a demo with this. This is all you need, and you could make so
Gorgeous,
many
gorgeous,
cards
gorgeous.
and projects and scrapbook layouts.
The cards are, or the colors are beautiful.
They just grab you when you see these. And again, this is online under themes and bumblebees, and that's the embellishment pad. No worries about matching cardstock, because it's all right here in this collection pack for $9.99, and you get 24 sheets.
And
8
those
different
are
colors.
colors that are unique. I don't think you're going to find too many cardstock colors in those. 'cause
It's hard because
they're that
like a
dusty.
periwinkle, or is it purple, or is it pink, and that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
I think I really like that because of the unique colors in it.
I want them all, Dawn. There we go, bingo, right?
Yep.
Okay, now the big daddy of everybody is the big card making 12 by 12 pad. And this is the same collection. It's in the same place. If you go to themes and bumblebees, look at that paper.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So it's called a card making pad, but I think it'd be nice for scrapbooking too. It's got some nice borders.
Well, and what's nice is all the little phrases and card fronts and card insides are already all done for you.
No die cutting for me
Nope. Quick and
here's a
fast
repeat.
cards.
of it, but it's just the soft colors are just gorgeous. So I was excited that we finally got these in. They weren't here for National Scrapbook Week, but that's okay. They're here now.
But they're
and
here for the week after.
the week after, and bees are popular all the time, Dawn, so I think that's great. And I do think we should just thank everyone that participated last week and all of our staff that, danced and sang, wore bee costumes, did demos. They really did an amazing job keeping with the theme and all the samples and the projects. And thank you, customers and viewers, for watching and supporting us. We did run out of a few things because it was busier than we thought, but we've got everything on its way back in stock. So, can you think of anything else,
It'll
Dawn?
be here soon. Is there anything in here that we need to show? It looks like there's some really fun stuff. Oh, the confetti circles. Or
Yep,
the
that
confetti
punches
back in, and let's dig through
we
here.
had 8 carts of new
And
product
I do know we
here.
have been out of these for quite some time, the Tim Holtz die pick. So this is back in stock. And
Well, and this, gosh, we could have had a great transition for this.
Yes.
The Physics B die, and it's called B.
And those
It's
have
got
been on
4
back order
dies,
for quite some
And that's
time.
back in stock.
And those are fun. I
They're
like
nice
that.
because they're big. They're big bees. I like big bees, Dawn. The mister that we couldn't find, we didn't know where it was. That our inventory said we had it. But that's kind of the medium-sized mister. It's not the little tiny one. It's not the big one, so it's a nice size.
Oh, and here Teresa used a heat tool. We have the Wow heat tool is back in stock.
And I think this was one other thing that we had ran out of.
The barbecue, yep, petite print.
And I think everything else we've,
All right.
shown.
Well, there's some goodies here. So stop by, give us a call, order online, whatever works best for you. We appreciate the support, and thank you for tuning in this morning. And we'll be back tomorrow.
we will, but we don't know what we're doing yet, but we will before tomorrow.
I think tomorrow we're going to show the brand new line that just came in from Studio Light.
Oh, that would be great.
With the dies, they're cutting and embossing dies that are really very unique. Haven't seen anything like this before, so really fun, and I think we're going to show those tomorrow.
I think that would be a wonderful plan. Goodbye, everyone. Have a great day.